I make a lot of money, but I give a lot. The more you give, the more you receive. So when I meet somebody doesn't have any money, it just means they're not giving something. So a lot of times there's people who would like more, but they're not giving anything. So they're like my poor dad. He belonged to the labor unions and he wanted to work less and get paid more. Well, that's anti-religious to me. If you want to get paid more, work more, give more.
The secret to living is really giving. I've said it since the earliest days, early in my life when I was struggling, and I've never forgotten it. It's really true. It sounds corny, but it's true. Being a blessing and you'll be blessed.
Always do more than you get paid for. Always do more than you get paid for to make an investment in your future.
The more you give to charity, the richer you get. Find that in subsequent years, when you give $1 to charity, on average, there's about $1.60 that comes back to you in subsequent years. Now, I was thinking when I first saw this, gotta be the hand of God. Nah, it doesn't make sense. I didn't believe it, actually. I thought there was something wrong with my data. And then I was working with this psychologist. I'm an economist. I was working with a psychologist. He says, no, we've been seeing this for years and years. People who give more money away, they get richer.
One thing I do know, a generous person will always prosper. They can never fail in life because they're always constantly giving back. If you're a person that constantly gives back, it doesn't even have to be like the homeless. I'm talking about like little stuff, helping your mom out, right? Helping siblings, families out. And it doesn't even have to be buying. It just generosity can be talking to somebody that's going through bad times. You can never fail. Like if you're a person that just always gives, bro, you're gonna get that back 10 times. I'm telling you. It may not be instant, but like God is always watching stuff like that. Honestly, like he's always watching people that just give everything and give nothing to themselves. You guys are literally going to the top and you're going to have whatever you want in the end game. I promise you that. Continue to keep giving, continue to be a good person. There's no failing for you. There's no losing.
The universe loves grateful people. The more grateful you are, the more you get to be grateful about. It's that simple. What you give out in life is what comes back to you. So if you're giving out a feeling of I'm okay, I'm good enough as I am, and I am acceptable, and I love life and I love me, and you start having gratitude for yourself and for life, then life treats you differently because you are having a different vibration that you're giving out and getting back. And that's when things really start to flow.
The secret to all living, the secret to living, the secret to success, the one most important ingredient, giving. Giving. Do you realize that the wealthiest people on the planet give a higher percentage of their income and net worth than people that are average income earners? A higher percentage. Not just a higher amount, a higher percentage of their income and net worth. And you will say, well, they can afford it. But what you don't know is that they started their giving when they were broke, when they were first starting off. That is what you don't understand.
You don't get to be successful without risk. Investing grows your money quicker than anything. You can't work that many jobs to keep earning money. You gotta have some money sitting somewhere that's working for you. Your job is to work to make the money. And then you gotta get your money to work for you.
Be generous and be around people who are generous, because it's a system that works, okay? When you're generous with others, they're going to be generous with you if you have the right side of people. If they're not going to be generous with you, then move on. But that generosity means that you'll get more, as well as that you'll give more. Not only is it functional because of that, but it's spiritually enriching. The relationships that you have are the most important things in your life. So having great relationships and having win-win relationships are invaluable. So be generous and expect the generosity from others.
The great Winston Churchill once wisely said, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." Today, I want to talk to you about the quiet power of giving. You don't have to be wealthy to be generous. You can simply give your time, your attention, a kind word, a helping hand, even a kind smile. These small acts might seem ordinary, but to someone else, they could mean everything. And here's the beautiful truth. When you give to others, you don't just lift them, you lift yourself. Because giving creates connection. It reminds us that we matter, not for what we have, but for how we care. Communities don't come together because of money. They come together because of people who choose kindness when no one's watching. So ask yourself, what's one thing I can give today? Hold a door, call a neighbor, share a meal, or simply listen, really listen, to someone who needs to be heard. Remember, taking may fill your hands, but giving fills your soul.
If you're not willing to do more than you're being paid for, you'll never be paid for more than you're doing. Giving is one of the laws of the universe. You've got to willingly give and graciously receive. And if you have to think before you give, you're trading, you're not giving.
The way the universe kind of works is that it's generous. The more you give away, the more you get, which makes no logical sense whatsoever, but it's so reliable that you can live your life based on that. Being able to give away knowing that you'll get it is the foundation of all artistic creation and the best habit to have, because you need to produce a lot. You need to give away a lot and keep making things in order to make something great. And if you are confident that there's more where that's come from, you can keep giving that away. And that's how you arrive at your understanding of yourself. If we can create 1% more than we destroy every year, then we can have progress.
What you give out in life is what comes back to you. So if you're giving out a feeling of, I'm okay, I'm good enough as I am, and I am acceptable, and I love life, and I love me, and you start having gratitude for yourself and for life, then life treats you differently because you are having a different vibration that you're giving out and getting back.
Generosity is a very, very important ingredient into manifesting, into actually receiving. When you set out to give and you drop your expectation of getting anything back, more often than not in this world, you will set apart a chain reaction that will allow that energy to come back to you in unexpected ways. So begin to presume and see yourself as a generous person. And if you already did see yourself as a generous person, take it up a notch and do unexpected and random things to others to give in unique ways. And it doesn't have to be purely financial. You can give your time, you can share your love, you can give your insights, you can offer your support in different ways. Just do it and see how it feels, and do it more often, dropping that expectation of having something in return. And then just watch as the universe, in one big copying machine, recycles that energy and gives you great things back in ways that you least expected.
The best lesson I learned was this guy sat me down and said, it's only two ways to make money in this world. You can either provide a service or you can sell something. It ain't but two ways. So I had to hurry up and identify what was my skill set. All of you are gifted. If you use the gift, it starts to change your life. You now have a pathway to success. Don't go into banking if your gift is frying chicken. See, a lot of people got jobs because it's paying bills, but it ain't your gift. So when your alarm clock goes off in the morning, you unhappy. You keep hitting the snooze button. You know why? Because you're not living in your gift. The moment you identify the gift, your life will change. Here's the way you identify your gift. And an old man taught this to me who had a lot of money. Your gift is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. That's your God-given gift. It's something that each one of you do better than you do anything else, and it comes to you naturally.
I swear the more money you give away, the more you make. I don't know if it's like the universe rewarding you in some karmic way. At a base level, I think it's because there's unlimited money all around us. And the biggest thing that holds you back from making more is just your brain. So when you start to give away more money, you start to think from a feeling of abundance. So then you see ways to just make more money and it just comes to you. You have to try to get rid of that feeling. You know how it's like painful when you spend money, especially when you maybe give it away or spend money on someone else. You get like that slight pain. If you can work on getting rid of that feeling of pain every time you spend money, I guarantee you, you're going to start to make more.
Making other people money is one of the greatest hacks to get rich. They become a walking billboard that supports you, always wants to do business with you, and always brings you other opportunities. All of the wealthiest people in the world right now created more wealth for others than they made for themselves. And in return, they have massive cult-like followings of people who support them because they have tons of assets in their companies. You want to be in the shovel business, meaning a business that makes other people money. Facebook, Amazon, Google, now OpenAI are all 4 companies that make people more money than it makes for themselves. But in return, they're worth hundreds of billions and for some of them, trillions of dollars. And then lastly, giving to others and creating opportunities and blessing them causes more blessings to come back to you tenfold.
I had a friend of mine who was in a desperate need. His mother had a problem, mismanaged the money. He waited to the very last second, and they were about to repossess the house. And he was in tears, mom, old lady, widow, losing the house. I said, how much is it to bring it current? The money was about $120,000. I was lucky. I had been blessed. I happened to have the cash, but guess what? I looked at my accounts, and it was virtually every penny I had. And I said, I have just enough. I emptied out all of my accounts, my checking account, my savings accounts. And I remember I kept $5 in each account, and it came out almost to the penny, the exact amount that he needed. It left me penniless, and I gave him that money so he could not have his mother go on the streets. I knew I'd probably never see that money ever again. But I knew I was planting a seed into the universe. The universe provided me an opportunity to exercise my faith and trust in the universe and trust that my giving would come back to me. Scripturally, it says, give and it will come back to you 100-fold. And it did. Within a week after I did that, I'll never forget this. Within a week after I did that, we got a phone call at our office from a major corporation that said, I was in the memory training business at the time, that said, we've heard about your memory training. Several of our executives have taken the course, we didn't know this, over the last few months. We've been having meetings, and we would like to hire your firm under a 1-year contract to do memory training. We'd like to meet with you tomorrow to discuss the contract. I met with them. It was over a $2 million contract. And the check that they paid up front, $500,000. Do you think tears didn't come to my eyes? Actually, tears didn't come to my eyes. I expected a miracle. I knew it was coming. That's how the universe works. It works through people. Think about that.
The older I get, the more I realize how important it is to be grateful for everything that I already have and to stop crying and moaning about all the things that I don't have. Like, if you look around you, you'll really realize how much you have to be grateful for. Realize how much you've actually been blessed in your life. Some people would kill to have your life, and you're crying about it. Because when you focus on gratitude and being grateful every single day, God or the universe or whatever it is that's out there is going to bless you with more things to be grateful for.
Money is currency and currency is energy. Like, I had to hear it like 6,000 times before I really got that money is energy. It's a frequency. So when you raise your frequency and get into alignment with it, and that whole alignment thing is all about none of the limiting beliefs, just being in surrender. First it was, I can't afford it. And then I eventually went to money flows to me easily and freely. And this is still while I was living in the garage, still while I was, so in debt. But I had started doing all the energy work around it. And I was like, all right, what are my blocks? Like, what just kept coming up in it that I was stuck and that it was hard and that I didn't know what I was doing. So flowing easily and freely was just like, yeah, even though I did not believe it at first, like, it wasn't about believing it. It was about the feeling, because we are emotional creatures, the easily and freely flowing. It was really, really powerful for me.
The reason you don't have more money in your life is because you settle for mediocrity. Because money is a frequency, it's an energy, it's a vibration. So when you readily accept lower quality food, what you're saying to the universe is, universe, I happily accept the lowest quality for the most important thing of my life, my body. Please, universe, don't send me more money because I am happy with less than what is ultimately available to me. You see how you're creating more of what you don't want? You're not living in your authentic self. Poor in spirit people say the words, I can't afford that. Authentic self people say the words, how could I afford that? That's the shift.